3, I'm gonna be 57 with that golf cart, Ohio at all blaze.
Clear.
Me over for a good reason.
I'm not.
I just talked to Levi.
Okay. When you come into the lobby, I smelled alcohol on you pretty good. And I came back in and the dispatcher told me that you were the one that was driving the golf cart. So I have a duty to make sure that you're okay to operate it.
Right.
Okay? Have you been drinking tonight a little bit?
I just had a beer.
Okay, is that all you had?
That's all I had.
Okay. Do you mind if I check your eyes and stuff?
No.
Okay.
Can we do it? Shannon, come on.
Sir, I'm in a bad spot here too, okay? But I have a job to do and I need to make sure that you're being safe, okay? I'm getting a strong odor from you as I continue to talk to you, okay? I understand the situation 100%. I can take you back to the car, have you have a seat in the back seat, that way nobody knows it's you. But I would like to check your eyes. Okay, I'm not sure if that's part of the issue here, okay? But I would like to get out and check your eyes, okay? All right, hop out for me. We'll come over here to the side. 3, I'll be out with the test. 14, I need you to 10 with me, or 17 with me here. I'm gonna turn these lights. I'm gonna turn these lights off so they're not so bright.
2953.
Okay. Well, we do it for everybody. You're taller than I am. I'll just have you put your butt right here. Okay. You wear contacts or glasses, anything like that? You had a traumatic brain injury, been in a car accident or anything like that lately? No?
How's it going?
Okay. Can you take your ball cap, turn it around backwards for me?
Yeah. Hold my glasses? Or...
I can't, but one of these guys can. What I want you to do, put your hands like this. What that does is it helps you keep your head steady, okay? What I'm gonna do is have you focus on this tip of this pen with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? It's gonna take a couple of minutes, all right?
Stare at the pen?
Mm-hmm. Just tip the tip of the pen, sir.
Oh.
Yep, right up here. Very good. Look straight down at me. Okay, now bring your eyes up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Don't move your head. Do you know your alphabet?
Yeah.
You're reading right okay?
Pretty much.
Okay. If I ask you to say your alphabet starting with the letter D and ending with the letter Q, can you do that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
E, D, E, F, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, L, M, N, O, P, Q.
Okay. And then can you also count?
Yes.
Can you count backwards?
Yes.
If I told you to count from the number 27 and stop with the number 13, can you do that? 27 to 13. Okay, go ahead and try that for me.
27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14, 15.
Okay, all right. I have a couple other tests I would ask you to do. One's called a one-leg stand, one's the walk and turn test. I would explain and demonstrate both of those to you before I asked you to do them. Would you like to try those?
I mean, do I have to?
No. You do not have to. I can't make you.
I don't care. I mean, I had a couple of beers. I'm trying to... The only reason I stopped at the office was because, you know, I was on the phone when I passed one of the officers.
Okay. Understand.
So, yeah.
Would you like to try this test or not?
Sure.
Okay. Have you step up here on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Would you mind explaining and demonstrating this for me?
Yeah. Let's go right now. I'll have you stand right here where the beam of my light is, kind of face this way.
All right.
So imagine, do you have any injuries whatsoever?
Just back, too many sports injuries.
Gotcha. Does anything affect the way you walk? Okay. So what I want you to do is imagine that there's a straight line all the way down here. I want you to put your left foot on that line.
Left foot on this line? Or?
Put the left foot on the imaginary line.
Right.
2013 Red Club.
And then put your right foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to toe. Keep your arms at your sides just like this.
Okay.
Stay in this position until I tell you to do otherwise.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I do.
When I tell you to begin, you'll take a series of 9 heel to toe steps down that imaginary line.
Okay.
On your 9th step, keep your front foot on the line and turn around using a series of small steps, and then you'll take 9 heel to
steps.
then you'll take 9 heel to toe steps back. And I'll demonstrate it for you. So you're in this position right here. When I tell you to begin, you'll take 9 heel to toe steps. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. Keeping your front foot on the line, turn around using a series of small steps, take 9 heel to toe steps back. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. So while you're doing this test, make sure you watch your feet, count each step out loud, make sure that each step touches heel to toe, and once you've started, don't stop. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
All the way to 9.
Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Alright, so the last test is called the one-leg stand test. Go ahead and stand right in the beam of my light again.
All right.
And stand with your feet together just like this, heel to heel, toe to toe.
Right.
And then keep your arms at your sides just like this until told to do otherwise. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. So when I tell you to begin, take one foot of your choice. You'll lift it off the ground approximately 6 inches so that the bottom of your foot is parallel with the road surface. While you're in this position, you'll count out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and so on until I tell you to stop. Do you understand that?
I do.
While you're holding this position just like this, watch your raised foot, make sure to count out loud, keep your arms at your sides, and keep both legs straight. I will start when you raise your foot.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. Sorry, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010.
Keep going.
Oh. This is a terrible test. I'm so nervous. Can I?
Are you done or?
Well, yeah. I mean, 1001, 1002, 1003.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the end of the test right there.
Yeah.
Brought a portable breath test with
Yeah.
me. I would ask that you would submit to one at roadside.
What would you do?
I can't tell you that. Okay, I'll be real honest with you. I'm not allowed to tell you that. It just helps us gauge kind of where you're at, confirm what we're seeing or not seeing. Okay, it's totally up to you whether you want to take this. I think I'm seeing that you're impaired.
So what would you do?
As you?
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
I mean, no, I have no problem, but I've done so many things to try to, you know, we've got enough shit going on in our city. I'm not asking you to,
I'll be 35.
if I stopped my dad would be in the same situation. Yeah. Would you like to submit a roadside sample?
Probably not.
Okay, all right. I'll just have you go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me then. I'm going to place you under arrest for OVI. Okay. That roadside sample is, hold still. Now listen to me.
Yeah.
That roadside sample isn't going to make any difference, only just a confirmation of what I'm seeing, okay? I would place you under arrest regardless of what that says. Do me a favor and roll your wrist in this way just a little bit. Relax. I know you're nervous. Just up there. You go. Relax. I'm just trying to help you out a little bit, okay? Trying to help you be a little bit more comfortable. All right. I'm gonna double lock them so they don't pinch you. And check them, make sure that they're not pinching you, okay? So you got some room in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you up to the side of the cruiser here. I'm gonna place you inside and I'm gonna read you a really long form. This one right here. Okay, thank you. All right, go ahead and have a seat there. Butt first, then swing your feet in.
I got you.
That's okay. All right. Hang tight. I'm gonna get those forms to read you. Okay. Did you tell her I had a 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where your forms are.
Okay. I'll grab them here real quick. I'm going to throw this one on your lap, just so you can kind of read along. I'm going to read this top paragraph here, okay? It says you are now under arrest for operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol, a drug, or a combination of them. Operating a vehicle while under the influence of a listed controlled substance or a listed metabolite of a controlled substance. Operating a vehicle after underage alcohol consumption or having physical control of a vehicle while you're under the influence. If you refuse to take any chemical tests required by law, your Ohio driving privileges will be suspended immediately, and you have to pay a fee to have those privileges reinstated. If you have a commercial driver's license and refuse to submit to the test or test, you will immediately be placed out of service for 24 hours. You will be disqualified from operating a commercial motor vehicle for a period of not less than 1 year and will be required to surrender your commercial driver's license to me. If you have a prior conviction of OVI, OVUAC, or operating a vehicle while under the influence of a listed controlled substance or a listed metabolite of a controlled substance under state or municipal law within the preceding 20 years, you are now under arrest for state OVI. And if you refuse to take a chemical test, you will face increased penalties if you subsequently are convicted of that state OVI. If you have previously been pled guilty or been convicted of 2 or more OVIs, OVUACs, or equivalent offenses in the previous 10 years, or pled guilty or been convicted of 5 or more OVIs, OVUACs, or equivalent offenses in the previous 20 years, or pled guilty or been convicted of a felony of any of the above violations, and you refuse to submit to a chemical test as required by law, I'm authorized to use whatever reasonable means are necessary to ensure that you submit to a chemical test. If you take any chemical test required by law and are found to be at or over the prohibited amount of alcohol, controlled substance, or metabolite of a controlled substance in your whole blood, blood serum, plasma, breath, or urine as set by law, your Ohio driving privileges will be suspended immediately, and you'll have to pay a fee to have those privileges reinstated. If you take a chemical test, you may have an independent chemical test taken at your own expense. You understand all that?
I do.
Okay. The next thing I would ask you is that I would transport you to the Ogways County Sheriff's Office. They have a instrument there that will take a sample of your breath and let me know how much alcohol is in your blood, alcohol content. Be willing to submit to a breath test?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Can my wife take our golf cart 3 blocks?
Does she have a valid license?
Yes.
Has she been consuming alcoholic beverages?
She's
okay. Okay. Do you want to submit to the chemical test then?
I don't know that I do.
Okay.
Shannon, just
Okay.
help me out a little bit.
I'm trying to go through the motions with you like I normally would anybody else because
you
that's
should. I mean,
how I would treat anybody else. So usually what I would do is I would ask somebody twice if they would like to submit a chemical test by breath, and if they don't answer that question, I would ask them if they would submit a sample of their urine. because I have to ask you if you're willing to submit any or both.
I just didn't eat anything today, and
Okay.
So no.
Okay. All right. You do understand that you are under arrest and you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, and that you have a right to an attorney, and you can ask for that attorney before you make any statements if you wish. You understand all that?
I do.
Okay.
Thanks, Shannon.
All right. So it is 9:38. What was the last time you had an alcoholic beverage?
Probably a half an hour ago.
Okay. What do you drink?
Coors Light.
Coors Light. Is that what you had today?
Yes.
No mixed drinks?
0.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. We'll get up here and get with your wife real quick, okay? Did she say if he had any priors? 3, does he have any priors? Do you mind if I ask you what's in there?
Negative, no priors.
Is there alcohol in there?
It was from a lot earlier today.
Okay. All right. You haven't been drinking anything then?
No.
Okay. What you got in there? Just a couple Coors Light?
It's for the chicken
Okay.
fry,
Okay.
like at noon at my dad's.
Okay. All right. I've placed Steve under arrest for OVI. Okay. He's going to be transported up to the police department for some paperwork. If you're sober and can come get him, we'll call you when he's ready.
I am.
Okay. You can go ahead and take the vehicle home, all right? Is this registered to him or to you? Just so I'm aware.
I'm assuming him.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll give you a holler when he's ready, okay?
Yeah.
Yep. You just want to follow me up the PD? All right, so we're gonna bring you back to the police department so I can get you some paperwork ready, okay? Three.
Go ahead.
5925, one male 21. Beginning mileage is going to be 75729.6.
Clear.
We get there, I'll move them cuffs in front, okay? I know they're uncomfortable.
What's right is right.
I'm 5325 with that male, 75730.4.
Clear.
I'll help you fold out of there.
I got it.
Okay, I'll say it's usually not very easy.
No, I'm
Careful the
good.
curbs there.
I'm good.
All right.
Very familiar.
I got to keep an arm on you. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna let this guy punch our door code in here a second, because I got my hands full here.
I'm sure we're gonna check the flag status.
I wish it wouldn't have either, sir. I'm gonna hang a left here. I'm gonna hang a right up here. I'm gonna put you in that middle room, and I'll get those cuffs off of you before you sit down, okay? Right where the light's on. Alright. Get them switched around for you. Roll that, there we go. Alright. Just like that, just like a blade. Yep, there we go.
Oh, you gotta keep me calm.
I do. Hang tight there for a little bit. We'll get you taken care of. If you need something, holler. This officer right here will be out here for you, okay?
My apologies.
driver's license on you?
I don't.
Don't have it. Okay.
I can give you my social. If that helps.
Yeah. Let me write that down.
I know this is all.
sir. Let me get this stuff off of here a second. Did you get her called? Did she call?
I don't think so.
You have a number we call your wife, so she can come get you.
I'll just walk on.
Yeah, can't let you. Am I? You may not get that off, buddy.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks for coming. Let me explain this stuff to you, okay? So the first thing I'm going to give you, this is a citation. This is for OVI. So this is under the influence of alcohol, drug, or combination. It's going to be underneath the 4511-19A1A, which is under officer observations. Okay, shows here that you refuse to submit to chemical tests. You have 0 priors. This states where it all happened at. Right here would be where I would ask you to sign. It's not an admission of guilt. It just says you received a copy of the citation and that you're going to come to your court date. Your court date's going to be June 1st, which is this Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's upstairs at 201 Willoughby Street. It is a mandatory appearance, so you're going to have to be there, okay?
I'll be there. Where do you want me to sign?
Right here, sir. This one here, this is what we call the BMV 2255 form. What this is a form set up by the state. It's letting you know, basically like I told you, this is the paragraph I read to you, letting you know that you're under arrest and your rights and the penalties that you may face. This says, basically, you refuse to submit to chemical tests, so I am going to place you underneath an administrative license suspension immediately since you failed to provide that sample as required by law. This is my, this is what my probable cause to believe you're under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or a combination of the two.
Why do you gotta say drugs? Of course,
Because we see more combination OVIs than what you probably ever understand.
I have no idea. Yeah, no,
Yep.
I can see it.
So I have to read this bottom tip to you first. It says, independent of any penalties or sanctions imposed upon you pursuant to any section of the revised code or municipal ordinance, your driver's license or commercial driver's license, permit, non-residential operating privilege is now suspended. The suspension takes place immediately. Suspension will last at least until your initial court date appearance on the charge, which will be held within 5 days, which is going to be Wednesday, after the date of the arrest or the issuance of a citation to you. You may appeal the suspension of the initial appearance before the court that hears the charges against you that resulted from the arrest or during a period of time ending 30 days after that initial appearance. Do you understand all that? Okay, if you have no priors, based on a refusal you would have a 1-year license suspension. Okay? Sign right here. It's not an admission of guilt that says you received a copy of the citation or the 2255.
Bring me to the office then?
You will not have any privileges until you go to court. Now, once you go to court on Wednesday, you can ask the judge for driving privileges, or he can work with you on that kind of stuff.
I just didn't eat anything today. I mean, I seriously,
Dude, I think your wife said you were at a cookout, though.
yeah.
You didn't eat anything at your cookout? You just drank?
I guess I should have eaten.
Yeah, probably. She on her way then?
She coming to the front or back?
Yeah, she's on her way.
Okay, alright. We'll have you hang out here just until she gets here.
I'll sit.
I'm going to put this stuff away, have a seat. We'll let you know when she pulls in.
Perfect.